What are some good first date questions to get to know someone? Do you have any outstanding warrants? OkCupid had a really cool blog about statistics from their huge user base. The 3 questions they found were best predictors for compatibility. 1. Do you like scary movies? 2. Have you ever traveled alone in another country? 3. Wouldn't it be fun to chuck it all and live on a sailboat? If you agree on those 3, you're likeliest to succeed. Some other fun bits from that article. If you want to know if your date is religious, ask how they feel about spelling mistakes. Higher tolerance of spelling mistakes correlates strongly with being religious. If you want to know if your date is DTF, ask her if she likes beer. There is a strong correlation between the two. Ask them who their favorite Muppet is. If they choose anyone other than Gonzo, explain why they are wrong and then leave. Can anyone give an answer on how to get a first date? Let's not put the cart before the horse. Be attractive. Ask how to single someone who finds you attractive. Be attractive. Got it. Quick follow up. Can anyone give some advice on how to be attractive? Don't be unattractive. Favorite dinosaur? Lots of hypothetical situation questions. I find they help you understand how they think and prioritize their lives. Egg. If you could travel anywhere in the world for W month, all expenses paid, where would you go? What would you do? Which side were you rooting for in WW2? Dating a 90-year-old? Your parents are about to be executed. You are given a chance to save only one of them. Which one do you choose? Bonus points if you follow up with what's your favorite ice cream flavor? What was your first pet's name? What was your second grade teacher's name? What was the make and model of your first car? What is the name of the road you grew up on? What city were you born in? Then read all their MLs and DMs. Good way to get to know someone. If you had to choose any 8 characters, numerical, uppercase, lowercase, and special included, what would they be? Which vegetable offends you the most? Kumquats. What unresolved childhood trauma will emerge through maladaptive behaviors as we spend more time together? Girls love when I ask this. Then again, I'm a therapist. You got STDs? Would you like some? On our first date my husband and I did a thing where one of us would choose a year G, then we'd both say what we were doing in that year of our lives. It was a great way to get to know each other. I literally don't remember what I was doing this morning. If their name is an uncommon one, make sure you ask what's the correct pronunciation. Literally the first thing I said to my husband on our first date was hello, followed by a butchered attempt to say his name. He replied, "What did you just call me?" And up until that moment, I had never before felt the urge to jump into the nearby creek in mid-February. Mayo. What's his name though? Bob. Pronounced Xahawka. Have you ever had a dream that you had to, you could, you do, you wit, you are, you could do so, you do, you could, you wanted them to do you so much you could do anything? I read this shit like 4 times in a row and each time was more magical than the last. Will you marry me? Why don't you put away your phone? What are some good first date questions to get to know someone? Hypothetically speaking, if you were on a first date with someone and it was going really well, would you want that person to bring up that they are down to eat ass, or would you rather wait till you ask them? If you could unpillage and unrepair a place ravaged by Genghis Khan, which area and why? What do you like doing in your free time? I never asked about people's jobs. I didn't really care how they got their money, I cared how they got their excitement and passion. Joke's on you, my answer is work more. Cries in employment. Fun, open-ended questions that lets them talk about them a bit. Stuff like, what are your political leanings? Are you religious? What is your stance on the Armenian genocide? The what? Exactly. What's the largest mammal you think you could knock out with a single punch? I asked my wife, and without hesitation she said squirrel. Better than my ex-wife's answer. Her answer would have been you. What are some things our parents don't know about you? r/harlop. Will you marry me? Edit. Classic schmoss B. Yes. Wow, that was easy. I've got to try this. In an emergency, how many third graders could you fight off? Jesus Christ. How old are you? My story begins in 1992. We had to say Dickety because the Kaiser had stolen our word 20. I chased that rascal to get it back, but gave up after Dickety 6 miles. I had an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time. Do you have any outstanding warrants? Lol, a bounty hunter that catches bail jumpers with Tinder. Well, either I get the bounty or the booty. Either way I win. You can get booty with the bounty, and sometimes booty is the bounty. I don't know if it's good for a date, but it's fun to ask strangers, what's your favorite compliment? It gives you a lot of information and I think it starts a conversation pretty easily, as in they use to compliment others, or that they get themselves. Coke or Pepsi? Especially if you're serving them. This isn't so much questions, but a little game you can play that can help break the ice and let you know how well you mesh together. If you're at a place like a bar or restaurant, look around the room and try to come up with backstories for other people there. It can be a lot of fun and takes some of the pressure off while getting you to talking to each other and getting a feel for each other's sense of humor/personality. I tried this game once with a girl. We were guessing how many dates this other couple had been on. It was our third. I was guessing low, 2 or 3 dates tops. She then just walked up and asked them. They had been together 2 years. I nearly died from embarrassment. Nah, she's the girl you want. She'll support you through and through. If you lost her, go find her. As you sit over coffee, get beyond the usual nice to meet you. How was traffic? Having a good day. To get the conversation flowing, the next question should always be, so are you aware that you need to put a serious tag on a post if you want to get good answers? Learned a valuable lesson about tagging posts on Reddit today. Lol, I don't post often and learned this the hard way. Do you use Reddit? If they say no, you can safely say something like oh, okay, and change the subject. But if they say yes, then you need to get up and walk away. Why do you need to ask? Can't you just see they're a fat greasy social outcast without any social skills or redeeming qualities?